Hello everyone and welcome. So this is Healthy Tarot. So this is kind of like my first go at the Instagram video, so we're going to see kind of how it turns out. But I am an intuitive reader, so I like to just let cards kind of flow out of the deck. So we're just going to see what comes up. So today for this video, we're going to go into Virgo. So we're going to do the rest of this week. So Wednesday to Wednesday. So the 19th on. So we're going to see first in this moon deck, if there are any like messages that spirit guides, the universe, angels, whatever you want to call them, just anything for sort of your life path that they want you to know for this coming week. So yeah, a little bit bizarre, so bear with me, but we're just going to sort of get into it because you guys came here to see this. So let's see if there's any messages for Virgo that want to pop up just for anything happening in this week that the universe wants you to know about. So yeah, a little bit about me. I've been doing tarot for quite a while. And just sort of felt a calling that maybe my message needed to get out to a little bit more people or be a little bit more global. Okay, so one fell out. So I am excited. I'm a little bit nervous because we'll see, kind of how this works. But I do also have a YouTube channel if you prefer to kind of watch these videos on YouTube, and I'll be uploading this video on there as well. Perfect. We're going to see if one more card falls out. I just want like one more path card for this. Because I was very drawn to do a Virgo reading. There's a reason that I'm doing this one first. So I want to see here if there's anything. There we go. Perfect. So another one came out. Okay. So let's see what this deck kind of holds. So I like these cards because they're all positive affirmation cards. So there's not anything that's going to like come up negative in here. It's just a really good like laying groundwork for what the next week holds for you in a positive affirmation way. So the first card that comes up is, it is safe and beautiful to express my sensuality. Okay. And then the second card is, I forgive and let go with loving ease. And these are all female-based cards, so they're all going to be females in it. With a steady mind, I am connected to our collective experience. Okay. And then this one is, my instincts keep me adaptable in the face of any obstacle. Okay. So what I do see a lot of in these cards, kind of like a common theme that keeps coming up, is a lot of letting go and a lot of kind of changes. So I actually think of that like one and the same, because you really can't have change without letting go of certain things. So what's interesting sort of about these cards is that they're all very like I said, just a little bit like changing. I do see a lot of adaptation. So I also see a lot of like kind of like teamwork and coming together. So if there is a sort of project that you've been thinking about getting into another person, with, and here's the thing with Virgo, you guys are very particular about who you go into business with, the way that things run, just because you have a very strong vision for things. And so you don't really like working with other people in fear that they're not going to play by your rules or do what you want to do. So I think that sort of what this life path is saying, which again, we'll clarify with my other decks to see what's going on. But I think that mainly what this is saying is that there is change coming your way. I think the letting go does sort of have to do with maybe even like a love partner or something. So maybe you're also thinking of like a lover coming into your life. I don't know. I am getting kind of a sense of love. There's definitely another person or a group of people that you're considering working with or considering letting into your life, whether that's like a new living situation or a new working situation, a project, relationship. But it does look like you maybe need to let go of your own hangups to let that door open, because it's going to be really hard to open that door without it. I actually do want to see if one more card comes up, because I just want a little bit more. Oh, perfect. That one came out. Okay. I live each moment with a presence of gratitude. Okay. So these are all moon decks. They all have moons in the decks. Here's what's interesting about this one. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That fell down. Okay. Here's what's interesting about this deck is that she like has the moon that she's holding obviously in her womb. So sort of fertility with a new idea is how I'm taking this. Here's what's interesting about the moon card specifically. So the moon basically represents false illusions, false goals. So if you do have the moon show up in your reading or in your deck, it does mean that you sort of have these goals that are either unrealistic, not going to come true, you have the wrong idea about them, or maybe not all the information. So actually, I'm glad that this card came out, because I think what this is just clarifying with it, and I actually do feel like it is a love partnership, is that you do need to let go of your hangups, and a big change is manifesting. Like something is coming your way. Actually, a very kind of powerful thing is coming your way. But whatever you think it's going to be is probably not what it's going to be. And you need to let go of these like really high expectations that you're either putting on yourself, this goal, or this other person. Because I don't feel like it's going to work out the way you want it to, but better. But you're not going to be able to appreciate that unless you kind of let go of the hangups that you have. So that's the sense I'm getting from these cards. I do want a little bit more clarification. So we're going to see if there's anything else. I just want to see, kind of what that change is, or what it expects to have come in. Like I said, I am feeling like it's romantic. And the Bluebird card is going to tell us a little bit more about that too. So Virgo, any extra messages to come out about this? Okay. Virgo, any extra messages? Oh, okay. We're going to see if one more comes out, but I think that was it. I just want to shuffle this a few more times. We'll see. Because I feel like this is actually a pretty deep, complex reading. I think that there's a couple moving pieces in your guys' life this week. And again, this is a weekly reading, but don't think that it can't just be... Like don't think it's just for this week is the thing. Because I may say something that isn't going to happen until 1, 2 months, even like 6 months from now. But this is just whatever you need to hear this week to either get that going, or because it is coming into your life at that point. Okay. So, interesting. Okay. So what we have here... Okay. It's interesting. So we have the 9 of coins, and then you also have the 7 of coins. So I know that we get a little bit nervous when we see coin cards in general, or especially, the 7 and the 4 of coins, even the 5 can be just a little bit overwhelming. So let's just kind of see. Let me see. So the other one is the Knight of Chalices. Okay. And then you had the Devil card in reverse. Okay. So the coin cards, I just want to explain this in the best way. They're sort of like building blocks a little bit is the easiest way that I'll say. So they do have to do, they can do with love. They can do with relationships. They mainly have to do with like spiritual identity, kind of setting the groundwork for that. These were actually, so the 9 was actually in reverse. So normally when you have the 9s in this card, it does sort of mean in reverse, it does sort of mean that we need to change some things up. So sometimes this can mean instability in your life, but normally it actually means instability in yourself. So I think that does confirm that whatever these goals are, you're kind of putting them on yourself. I'm not sure yet if it's like unrealistic goals that you're putting on yourself. I'm trying to like understand what this is saying. I don't feel like it's unrealistic goals. I feel like there's a little bit of instability, like almost like your goals are being like put on their head a little bit, like being flipped around. So I do see a little bit of shakiness there. So some outside forces are sort of like maybe making you, I guess that's kind of like what I'm hearing is maybe making you feel a little bit silly about something, or like somebody, like you're excited about something and then there's somebody who's making you feel like you shouldn't be excited about that, or you should be embarrassed about that, is sort of what I'm getting. So, okay. The Knight of Chalices. So anytime that you have like a major card like this, also like a trump card, this is basically a card that has to do with like yourself and how you view yourself. So this card is definitely about you yourself, not outside forces. So The chalices is sort of a time to reflect. So when you get a chalice card, it does sort of mean that either you're stepping into a new beginning or you're walking away from an old one. So the chalices is a time to reflect and make sure that you're standing by your own morals. So if there is something in your life where you, and it could be something like kind of dumb and weird, like even if you're like, okay, like if you're doing a job that you feel like you have to do, not like what you're meant to do, because that's what you do. And again, like, I don't mean to call you guys out, but Virgos, you guys do care about your self-image to other people. It's important to you what other people think of you. So I feel like you're maybe going through a hard time where whether you're like dating someone that people don't like or say bad things about that you're interested in, a business venture that people are making fun of you about, or quitting your job and doing something more fulfilling to you, I do feel like you're either worried someone's going to have a problem with that or someone does actively have an issue with it. So sort of what this is saying is you need to take some time and reflect on what your morals are, what you feel like is important to you, what your path is. So as hard as that is to do, you do kind of really need to work on this a little bit. You need to go inward and figure out who, not like your goals, but like your actual moral compass, what that means to you. So the Devil card reversed. The Devil card is not what it seems like. It doesn't mean that like you're going to die or something bad is going to happen. The Devil card is more, like the Devil card can mean that you're almost kind of shackled down a little bit. So you can see that even like the two, I guess, demons that are in this card with him are shackled and tied to this devil. So sometimes it can mean that you're holding other people down or that you, but what I'm taking from this is that you feel shackled down. So you feel a little bit stuck, walls up. Maybe you feel, I'm getting like a very hopeless feeling. Like I feel like maybe you're like, I can't do that because of blah, blah, blah. Like I feel like you have 100 reasons why you can't do whatever it's telling you to do with this new venture. Like you could literally write out a list of reasons not to do it, and there's only one good reason to do it, and that's your happiness. Okay, when I see the seven right here, what I'm kind of picking up from that is that you will have success in whatever this is. This is the success card. This does mean fortune, abundance, but it also means clarity. So on top of everything else, I'm not just feeling like I can feel it that whatever this situation is, it's like you can't even think about it because it's so out of your realm, it's so impossible. I think that if you are willing to make the jump, if you are willing to, unfortunately, kind of have some people naysay about it and, you know, put up with like a little bit of a hard time, it will pay off well. I also feel like everyone's going to get over it. I don't know why you get that feeling, but I feel like you're building it up in your head, whatever it is. So if you are feeling shackled, if you are feeling like you know where your morals are at, you know where your goals are at, you will find success in it. And if it's in a relationship and you're worried that people are going to say things to you, I think really observe if that's what you're worried about or if this is really a you thing and not a them thing. So yeah, that's that. Let's see what the Bluebird deck says. Let's see if there's any kind of clarification on that, because now I'm interested to see. So I kind of want to clarify, like, is this a career? Is this like a relationship? We'll see if the cards say anything about that, but I am curious if anything will come out about that because that's sort of what I'm wondering right now. Okay, so let's see what the Bluebird deck has for you. So we're going to see, oh, there we go. Okay. Oh. And then this one wanted to come out. Okay, sorry. We'll go over it. I think I know what all this is about. Okay, so let's see. Now, keep in mind, if this stuff doesn't resonate with you, like if this specific reading doesn't feel right, like I said, give it a couple months. Just because it's for this week's reading does not mean it's for this week. It just means you needed to hear it right now. But also, I'm doing, obviously, other readings. So see maybe like your rising or your moon, if that's a better fit, especially because of all the crazy things happening in our planets and everything. You might just be a little thrown off course. So yeah, if this doesn't resonate with you, see if like another video does. Look at your other ones. Okay, this is so bizarre.